All right, guys, the Utah Jazz get a huge victory over the Houston Rockets in Game 2. This is Hanson James. This is the SLC Dunk postgame show. This is a massive win for the Utah Jazz. There's no way around it. The Houston Rockets are the #1 team in the league, and for the Utah Jazz to come into Game 2, make adjustments, and get a win in Houston is big. Really, really big. Let's talk about the Houston Rockets a little bit, then we'll talk about the Jazz. So the Utah Jazz did some things that altered the Houston Rockets. Some of the shots that the Rockets were taking that they normally make, they did not. Some of that is the Houston team just missing them, and some of that is the Jazz defensive scheme and just the team. But the thing is that anyone who is doubting the Utah Jazz defense needs to watch them because they do this regularly. You know, Houston is good enough to beat it. They blew out the Jazz in Game 1, and I have no doubt they'll blow out the Jazz again sometime in this series. You know, me as a Jazz fan, I hope it's never again, but we all know how strong and good the Rockets are. They are strong. They are good, and they just didn't hit their shots tonight. Tonight, as a team, the Houston Rockets shot 27% from 3. That's huge. James Harden still found a way to score 32 points, but he got it at the free throw line. He was missing his shots tonight. Tonight, he was 2 for 10 from 3. So he was missing his shots, and also the Jazz were doing things to make him miss. It's a little mix of both. Before the game, there was an interview with Donovan Mitchell with Dan Patrick. You can go to SLC Dunk and read that from My Downbeat. Read My Downbeats. They're pretty good. Pretty good. But he talked about how we have a scheme to guard James Harden now for the 3. And you could see it. The Jazz came up on Harden. And one of the things that came out of that was that Donovan Mitchell, Dante Exum, ended up in foul trouble, but it wasn't enough to keep him out of the game. So I don't know if the Jazz are just going like, you know what? You're going to go to the rim. And so what's the counter to that? The counter is Houston goes to that James Harden, Clint Capela oop play that literally seems like they can do that every play. It's insane how that works. James Harden is so insanely good. It drives me crazy because he goes to the hoop and he can get that alley-oop. And so Gobert has to like back up until the very last second. And then he engages, but it's so hard to time that. And Harden's timing is so good that he's able to get that over and over and over again. And as a Jazz fan, it's just maddening. You just think, can someone off guard please back Capela out? It drives me crazy, but that's how good Capela is too. Capela is very good. You know, he's very good. And he also benefits from playing with 2 Hall of Fame guards. James Harden's top 50 player all time. Easy. He's so talented. He drives me crazy. If you're not a Houston fan, you just hate him. If you're a Houston fan, you love him. You know? And if you're a basketball fan, you respect him. You know? All right. 2 things. Rudy Gobert is impressive, and he's special, and he just does so many things on the court, and so many of them are not noticed. But he is a big reason they won this game. His inside presence stopped shots. He got blocked shots, but Rudy Gobert is kind of like that shutdown corner in the NFL. A lot of the times, you don't even notice how good he is because the team is avoiding going at him, and they change their play. And so that's what happened tonight is I think the Jazz just said, you know what? We got to get this DPOY out there, and he's got to stop shots. And you know what? He did it enough to win the game. The other thing, Joe Ingles was monstrous tonight. Career night for Joe Ingles. Let's see, 10 for 13 from the field, 7 for 9 from 3. That right there is the reason the Jazz probably won this game. 27 points on 7 for 9 from 3. That probably won't happen every game. You know, that's why if you're a Rockets fan, you're like, dang it. But Joe Ingles was 7 for 9 from 3. Nice things for Jazz fans is he got it in the spots that he likes it. Like he had a couple wide open corner threes. A corner 3 to Joe Ingles is a layup. Anyone who's familiar with the Jazz knows that Joe Ingles, if you leave him open, that little flip, I mean, it's honestly a layup. He makes that with, if he's wide open, it's automatic. And there were a few shots tonight where he just got it and he made it. You know, and shout out to Joe Ingles who under playoff pressure makes the shot. So big time from Joe Ingles. That was a major reason we won. Number 2, X gonna give it to you. Exum brought the game. Oh, I'm so excited. If Dante can bring that type of play, the Jazz are going to win a lot of games. That type of talent is what we've been waiting for, and he has got it. That last dunk at the end of the game, that was the nail in the coffin, and he can do that more. And his confidence is growing and growing and growing. And Dante is guarding Harden as good as I've ever seen anyone guard Harden. Ever. That defense from Dante was incredible. Drawing the offensive foul and then going down and burying the 2 buckets. That was like a game-winning play. When Dante drew that offensive foul on Harden, which, by the way, if he can get that here and there, Harden does that forearm a lot. And if you can draw that foul, that's big. But then to go to the other side of the floor and make those 2 free throws, that was about as game winner as anything, was Dante's defense. The free throws at the end, it was impressive. Dante's growing up, guys. In the playoffs against the #1 team in the NBA. It's impressive. You should be excited about it. Excited. Let's see. Adam Ray King, we won because we refused to be intimidated. We fought hard. We had time to prepare. Woo! You're right. By the way, Jay Crowder, you have a place at my house anytime you want, Jay Crowder, because Jay Crowder goes and he is ready to fight for anybody. And I was talking about this with Milo. Jay Crowder being willing to fight no matter what and to stand up for his teammates whenever, wherever, whoever, probably gives confidence to the younger guys because they know that Jay is there. Donovan Mitchell knows. Dante Exum knows. Royce O'Neal knows. All the young players and rookies, they know that Jay's got their back. And that matters. Anyone who tells you that doesn't matter, they are incorrect. Because that matters a lot with a young team like this and having Rudy Gobert and Jay Crowder and Joe Ingles and knowing that they got your back, that PJ Tucker can't try to rip the ball away from you and intimidate you. You know that Jay Crowder's there to enforce, and it's important. Jay Crowder is a big-time X factor, and he was hitting shots tonight. Big time. Royce and X are solid defenders. Matt Christensen. That's absolutely true. The Jazz have built their team off of length and long, big defenders who are athletic and can guard. That's why they took Royce O'Neal. When Royce O'Neal is hitting threes, he is a game changer. That is a big-time player because he guards Harden really well as you can. Harden's a superstar, but he guards him as well as you can. Exum's defense tonight was the X factor. All the X's. Is that how you do an X? Oh, no. And now it's a bird and it flies away. That is the thing that changes everything, is that defense. Big, long defenders. And Donovan Mitchell is underrated because of his length. Donovan goes and he guards like a bulldog. He's impressive. Donovan Mitchell was a superstar tonight. That putback dunk took my soul from my body. It almost murdered me with that. Donovan Mitchell, superstar. Right now, taking advice from Kobe. Kobe has noticed the Black Mamba. The Black Mamba noticed. Big time win from the Utah Jazz, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. Do it right now. Also, go to SLC Dunk. Type it into your computer right now. slcdunk.com. Read all of it. Michael wrote a recap, I think, probably. Go read it. Go read all the downbeats. We write them. I stay up late sometimes writing those. Are you reading them? You should be. All right. This is @HandsonJames. You can follow me and talk to me whenever you want. I'll just block you if you jerk. Talk to you later.